Any member entity announcements, cool things going on, or sending anything that anybody would like to mention? Yes,
I'd
please.
just like to say that in doing some communication with the counties, for wastewater treatment expansion, there's electromagnetic coagulation that is being done in Custer County. They've been working with PPACG. They are about done on having that be an approved system. Now, it saved, Custer County was looking at a $13 million cost to upgrade their system for only like 750, 800 people. It took their cost down to 3.5 million. So it's something that is going to be on the horizon. And I just want, since a lot of us are so dependent on it, that it's just something to put it on your radar.
I guess, please.
Great. Just a couple of things. One, because CSU's water runs through Park and Tonka counties. You all haven't heard our CEO has resigned, and we're leaving the process. Yolanda and I are on board in the process of finding a replacement for him for the April municipal election. So that this current board and city council will be making that decision. And just on in my own district, just because we spent so much time talking about housing and seniors and so forth, the senior center in Colorado Springs is in the process of being redesigned and repurposed, and that land, it's a bigger thing to talk about, and I'm not going to share it now, but Jody can speak to that. But that is happening. It's exciting, and trying to make the most of that using some ARPA funds as well as others. And I don't know if you would add anything to that, Jody, but
yeah, it's a little challenging discussion because I'm former senior center director of that center. And so I'm thrilled that there's going to be a new center, but also the challenges that we have. 3 providers that we currently fund who are in that complex. The overall complex, though, of the city-owned portion of those buildings will be brought down starting in the spring, rebuilding a new, better, more future-looking, future-forward senior center. As you know, Colorado Springs, there's only one senior center, and that's it on North Hancock by the Patty Golf Course. So there's a lot of excitement around that. There's also a lot of concern. And so a lot of public meetings have been held, and we're doing our best and stepping in a little bit extra. My staff and I stepping in to provide some supports to the providers who have to vacate. They'll be vacating before their leases expire on March 31st. Because there was tentatively an April 1 groundbreaking. I don't think that's going to happen. That's been put off a little bit. But we are, as an entire entity, working with all of our providers, especially those that are in the Springs area, really thinking collaboratively. You know, do you have space in your building? Do you see us an open space on your drive to work? You know, that kind of thing, and really get the word out. And so there's already been a lot of collaboration amongst the providers themselves. So more to come on that as we know more. Thank you.
Okay, yes, Roland.
I want to tell Richard, thank you very much for helping my little town. Okay, you guys really did. Thank you very much for the information you gave us. I appreciate that. With our little town right now, the people, our board, Jody's help, and El Paso County's program called JAWS, we're actually impacted and gathering information to how to service the elderly and the in-home care people in my area. Callan's not the only. We have Rama, we have Semla, we have a whole bunch of little bitty communities come to Callan as a focal point, and that and really helped a lot in that. And you guys have actually been helped that got El Paso County involved real strongly in it too. And we're going to have a meeting coming up here next Wednesday for communication. We get everybody together. And it's really a phenomenal thing to try to get everybody together at one time. It's working. So
Great. Thank you for those. Those are great words. Yes. Anything else from any members?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
Green Mountain Falls STR stuff here in hard copy if you'd like to take a look before the electronic comes out.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. And I am interested. I can tell you that I'm interested in getting a copy of all that stuff over to El Paso County because we're starting a conversation about it. All right, Councilmember Evelyn.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Park County for having us here and hosting us. I like coming out and seeing what's going on here and hearing the different viewpoints. But I wanted to also, not so much talk about SDRs, but when we did our ordinance in 2019, my inbox was filled, all 9 of us, there's 9 city council members, was filled with SDR questions from both sides, mostly from neighbors. And I know it's kind of a little different because it's so urban in Colorado Springs as opposed to out here, but I'm going to caution that you not get in a ideological hamster wheel, because on our city council at that time, I think I'm the only one here that was there that worked on the STR ordinance. The most 2 conservative city council members were Don Knight and Andy Pikes, and they were separate on how to make this ordinance either more restricted. We ended up looking at home owner occupied SDRs and non-owner occupied SDRs. And we had a lot of restrictions with the non-owner SDRs, but it was really interesting because I was with Don Knight, who very ultra conservative, and Andy was with like Richard Scorman and others who, and I feel like because there was a broad, we had hundreds of people show up to the Regional Business Administration. We had hundreds of people come to City Hall. I mean, it was all consuming. But I think because we really worked it out, we were able to pass it. And since then, I think maybe we've had 2 come all the way to council. Is that true? 2, and really it was resolved. So I think the ordinance that we came up with has been beneficial. We don't get those in our inbox. And I would encourage you to look at the Springs ordinance that we did in 2019. I spent a lot of work on it. And I also acknowledge that it might be a little bit of a different animal. And we did look at the balance, right? Private property ownership and commercial and all that. So.
Thank you. Appreciate that, those comments. All right. Anything else from anybody? I have a few myself. I'll be very brief with them. First one, back to the CCI. That Wednesday, our meeting is actually the 3rd day. So it actually does have several meetings, including a general session that morning, which most of the commissioners are going to be very interested in participating in. So I think I just need to be correct myself. That really is going to be an issue for the county commissioners that are members of our board. The entire meeting finishes by 11:30, but then you get into the PPRTA meeting time frame. So I don't know, this might be one of those cases where maybe we consider a different day. And I know that's unusual for us, and it'll be difficult for us to find a good day that everybody can get to. But I'd say most of the county commissioners probably are not going to be at that PPRTA, the PPACG meeting because of the general session was at CCI.
Sure. One thing I'll mention real quick is the Friday before is our workshop date. So that might be an option. We'll explore that a little bit and see if we can advance on that, because we usually get pretty good participation with that.
That might be a good alternative, because you're right, we do get pretty good participation in that. So let's consider that idea. Maybe poll around to the board members and see if
No, that is CML. CML has a legislative policy committee that day from 10 to 2.
well,
It'll never work.
it'll never work. Yeah. All right, we'll just have to work at it and try to figure something out.
Too easy.
Yeah, and then the one last comment I'd like to make is tomorrow will be El Paso County's State of the Region at the DoubleTree. It is sold out, over 500 participants, so it's going to be a big event tomorrow over lunch. So for those of you that are signed up and going, thank you for being there. Just a quick announcement so you know that it's ongoing. If you want to attend, we're actually have taken a few people to sit in a chair in the back. They just can't have lunch. So because there's no more seats for lunch. All right. Thank you very much. I have nothing else.